Hi, welcome back, and in today's video we will be talking about how to make your videos look a little more professional as a beginner YouTuber. The first thing is lighting. It can literally make or break your video. Now you have two ways to go about lighting your videos. Either you can use natural light, which is the best. I think if you have open windows and you have a lot of natural light coming in, that is the best. But if you do not have that kind of an environment or you cannot shoot in the daytime, then I would suggest investing in a ring light or any form of lighting that you find convenient. The thing that you need to keep in mind while shooting, either in natural light or in artificial light, is shadow. So whenever you're shooting a video, make sure there are no shadows at the back unless you are trying to achieve that effect. So to avoid that, if you're shooting in natural light also, you need to keep the timing of the day in mind. So either shoot in morning or evenings. Do not shoot in the midday when the sun is directly overhead and it can cast shadows. And when you're using artificial light, make sure you use soft lights rather than hard lights to avoid shadows. Also, do not use overhead lighting because then it casts unnecessary shadows on your face, and again that will distract the attention of your viewers. And yes, if you're trying to achieve that kind of an effect, it is fine. Otherwise, keep in mind whenever you're using a lighting, make sure that there are no distracting shadows in the back, because that is the one thing that can actually tell a beginner YouTuber apart from a seasoned YouTuber. The one thing to keep in mind is that you do not have windows at the back when you're shooting. If there's a window at the back and there's light coming from the window, it will make your subject look darker and the whole video will get a dull appearance. Also, if there are glass windows, your camera and your gear will get reflected in those windows, and again it will cause distraction. So the one thing that you need to achieve is good lighting without getting shadows. The next part is background. Now, when I talk about background, your background does not have to be fancy, but it needs to be clean and tidy. Nothing looks more unprofessional than an untidy background. So if you're just starting out and you do not want to invest in a setup, the ideal background is always a plain solid background. It could be a plain wall of your room. If you're shooting at your home or office and you do not want to have a plain background, make sure that the background is clean and there is not much going around in the background, because then that distracts the viewer and it kind of gives an unprofessional look to the video. So always have a clean, tidy background. And some people prefer to blur the background, and I think it is an excellent technique to keep the focus on you while maintaining the aesthetics of your video. You can have an excellent video shot, you can have the proper lighting, the proper sound, but if the video is not edited properly, it is not going to do well. So make sure that you invest in an editing software if you haven't already. If you have a computer, I would suggest that you edit on a computer because it is much easier to edit on a computer rather than on your phone. There are a lot of free softwares like Filmora, OpenShot, and also there are paid softwares like Premiere Pro and Final Cut. So I think you can first start with the free softwares, and if you like it and if you want to explore more, then you can go for the paid versions. But I think Filmora and OpenShot are two of the most amazing softwares. However, if you do not have a computer, there are a lot of editing softwares on your phone as well. But sometimes these softwares do not have all the features available. So you need to buy a paid version or subscribe to a paid version to access all the features. I think some of the basic features that you should look into while investing in an editing software is obviously the most important, to crop and trim your videos. You cannot edit a video without that, and basically all editing softwares have that feature, but just keep that in your checklist. The second is ability to add text to your videos. So if you cannot add text to your videos, I don't think so it is worth investing in that software, because you need to add text a lot of times. You should be able to add transitions to your videos. Transitions play a key role in binding the two segments together, so make sure that the software in which you are investing has that feature of adding transitions. You should be able to change the aspect ratio of your videos in that editing software, because these days we post our videos on multiple platforms. The aspect ratio of uploading on YouTube is 16:9. The aspect ratio of uploading YouTube Shorts is 9:16. The aspect ratio of uploading on Instagram is 1:1. So you should be able to change the aspect ratio of your videos so that you do not have to reshoot again and again for other platforms. So keep that thing in mind when you are investing in an editing software. Your editing software must have sound effects and some free copyright music to go with your videos. It should have the ability to color correct your videos. You can change the brightness, the contrast, add filters if you want. Also, make sure that if you are purchasing an editing software, then it should remove the watermark from the videos. Most of the free versions will have the watermark watermark of the editing software like InShot or KineMaster, and that kind of looks unprofessional. So if you're buying a software, make sure that that watermark goes away, because some softwares have that watermark even in the paid version. Other than that, you know, there are a lot of softwares that offer different features, but these are the bare minimum that an editing software should have. And now that you've got an editing software, the next thing we come to editing. Now keep your editing as clean as possible. I know it is a lot of fun to try and experiment new filters, new colors, new effects, but you know, don't go overboard with them. So if you're using transitions, like don't use transitions like every 2 seconds. In fact, I used to use a lot of transitions in my videos, and now I have completely done away with them until and unless it is like really important where the two scenes are just not coming together. I avoid using transitions. With time, everybody finds their own filming and editing style, but whatever you do, I know you want to experiment and you want to try out new techniques. You can do it in your raw footage. Also, if you're using it in your final footage, just don't go overboard with it. Keep it simple and it gives a very professional look to your video. And while you're editing your video, cut out on all the awkward pauses like this one. It is not going to do you any good, because when you record a video, this is going to happen a lot. The technique is to cut them out and make your video free flowing and fast so that it grabs the attention of the viewer. Also, when you're done editing, watch your video at least 2 to 3 times. Any part that you find boring, cut that out, because if you're finding your own video boring, chances are viewers will find it too. Also, if you're adding sound effects or background music to your videos, try to normalize the volume of the background music. It should be such that if you're speaking something, your voice should be audible. The background music should not take over your voice, and the viewer does not have to stress himself like, what is this person saying? The next point is pay attention to your audio. I think I have mentioned this thing time and again in a lot of my videos. Audio quality is of utmost importance. Audio trumps video. If your audio is not good, the viewer is not going to stick around to watch your video. So always pay a lot of attention to your audios. There should be no background noise. There should be no static. The sound of the fan, the sound of the air conditioner, or other such things. You have to cut it out. Now there are 2 ways to go about it. Either you can invest in a mic, or you can also use a noise reduction software, Audacity, which is completely free of cost. I have already made a video on how to use Audacity. I will link it up here so that you can check it out. Yes, you require a computer to work on Audacity, and if you do not have a computer, I think it is a good decision to invest in a mic, which will help reduce the background noise. Also, you have to keep in mind that the room where you are shooting does not have echo. If you have echo in your sound quality, again, that is a distraction. You must at all cost avoid shaky footage. While you can move around in your video, though that is also not advised, but you cannot have a moving camera like this. It distracts the attention of your viewer, and it is one of the other things that will tell a beginner YouTuber apart from a seasoned one. So yes, it is a good decision to invest in a tripod, or if you do not want to invest in a tripod, make sure that you prop up your camera somewhere. Do not ask a person to hold it for you, or you hold it yourself, because you know you cannot hold the camera steady for a very long time, even if it is a light one. It will ultimately result in shaky footage. I think I mentioned this point in one of my other videos as well. You have to plan in advance, and when I say plan in advance, not only do you have to have your content ready, you have to have the idea of where you are going to shoot. So if you're going to shoot in a room, you know, set up your table or chair or lighting or tripod wherever you are going to shoot. Do not just start doing that when you have planned to record a video, because it will just only add to the stress and anxiety of shooting a video. So yes, keep your setup ready in advance and then just go and shoot. Last point is work on your camera presence. It is of utmost importance, especially if you are the centerpiece of your video. I will not be talking much about camera presence in this video because I've already made a video on that. I will link it up here so you can check it out. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button down below. I'll see you next week with another video. Till then, bye.